What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, May 2nd. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo so that you can get $25 on your first deposit. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with DeAndre Ayton, Reggie Bullock. I don't know why I couldn't keep reading there. Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, and Max Strus on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? I haven't had any coffee yet. It's very apparent. My top 5 plays for today. Time to find out. In first at number 5, we've got Luka Doncic. He's point guard eligible, 11,200, projected for 60.5. The goal is 66, but he's in the optimal lineup 36% of the time. I think you'll be able to find enough value to be able to get to Luka. 38 minutes, 1.59 fantasy points per minute, 40% usage for Luka, 31.5 points, 10 boards, 9 assists. So he is knocking on the door of a triple-double. Oh, and a 1.8 stocks. You can't really beat that. They are the underdogs. It is in Phoenix. It'd be great to be able to snatch one in game number 1, maybe before Devin Booker's totally got his sea legs back. But I expect Luka to just go crazy. If he doesn't, then Dallas has no chance to win this series whatsoever. So it's on Luka, and I think today is as good a day as any to try to get him. At number 4, we've got Tyler Hero, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,400, projected for 33. The goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 41% of the time. I gave him 30 minutes, but honestly, it feels a little light. If you told me that he played 36 in Kyle Lowry's absence, that would make sense to me. It's like a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, 28% usage. It's mostly scoring. 18 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and a stock. He's got a much better matchup than it normally would have been. There's no Joel Embiid meeting him at the rim if Tyler Hero was trying to get to the rim, but there's no Joel Embiid patrolling the paint in any way. It's going to be Paul Reed and Paul Millsap and DeAndre Jordan and George Niang probably for a bit. This is a pretty good spot for Tyler Hero. I don't love the price tag, and in theory, I would like the position to be slightly different, but at least you get point guard, shooting guard. He's in a really nice spot, and I think there's some minutes upside to be had. At number 3, we go back to Philly for James Harden, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 9,800, projected for 54. The goal is 57.5, and he is in the optimal lineup 45% of the time. Look, I gave Harden 40 minutes. There's no Embiid, and you know that he just has to be more like the James Harden of old for this to be anything that Philly can do and try and pick up a W. 1.35 fantasy points per minute for Harden in the 40 minutes that I'm giving him. 34% usage with no Embiid on the floor this year in games where he, Maxey, and Tobias Harris all played. 26.5 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds, plus about 2 stocks. It's a very difficult defensive matchup. Luckily, there's no Kyle Lowry, but it's still very, very difficult. This could be an ugly game for Harden, but he's going to have every single opportunity to get shots up and get other people involved. So for now, James Harden is in at my number 3 spot. Next up at number 2, we're going Bam Adebayo, and you can see we've really jumped up in tier from 41% for Hero, 45 for Harden, 50 for Bam Adebayo. Center eligible, 7,300, projected for 42.7. The goal is 42.6. Like I said, he's a coin flip to be in the optimal lineup. 35 minutes, 1.2 fantasy points per minute, 22% usage, 17.5 points, 12 boards, 4 assists, and 2 stocks. Look, this should be a coming out party for Bam Adebayo. He can dictate this series on his own. If Bam Adebayo plays to the levels that we expect, which is a borderline All-NBA candidate, he should have no problem whatsoever carving apart the front court of the Philadelphia 76ers. Do I wish that he had power forward eligibility like he does on FanDuel? Yes. Does it seem to matter? No. Bam Adebayo's number 2. He's in 50% of optimal lineups. And if Miami just wants to put a stranglehold in this series, Bam Adebayo is the guy that does it. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo so you can get $25 on your first deposit. This one's easy. Number 1 contenders, B-ball Paul Reed, power forward, center eligible, 4,200, projected for 26.5. The goal's 24. He's in the optimal lineup 66% of the time. I assume Paul Reed is starting. Doesn't necessarily have to. Probably going to play a decent chunk of playing time. And even if he doesn't play the 24 minutes that I gave him, and let's be clear here, he could easily play more if it's going well. Don't be surprised by that at all. Even if you put him in for 20, he's probably close to tied or at worst second ahead of James Harden. It's like he just doesn't have a choice. His price tag and his role, like the power forward center position, it's too many different opportunities and too big of a price tag for a guy that's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy. 9 points, 8 boards, and assists, and 3 stocks. He's going to do a little bit of everything, but the price is going to climb. He's not going to be the same in game 2 as he is in game 1. It's going to be likely significantly higher unless he's just absolutely terrible today. But don't overthink it. This is the easiest spot of the day, particularly when we get the announcement that he's starting. Once he's known as starting, you could even bump that minutes projection up a little bit. It won't really matter. Unquestionably, your number 1 contender for today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, May 2nd. There's a FanDuel version of this video around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.